Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to share with you a SPAC that I believe is worth investing in and basically why I believe it's worth investing in, etc. Because this SPAC is already, the share price for it has already been moving like crazy. Alright, so in the video I'm going to discuss what a SPAC is, alright, who the players are within this SPAC, and why I believe it's very good to get in right now and hold for the long term. So make sure you guys watch till the end because I'll be sharing with you some important, very important information that would help with your investment journey, especially if you decide to embark on this SPAC, like invest within this SPAC. Hi guys, welcome back to Investor Prime TV. David here. If you're new, this channel is a one-stop shop for anything investment, so investment ideas, investment discussions, stock picks, when to get in, when to get out the market. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to share with you a SPAC that I believe is definitely a good investment in the long run. Alright, so but first of all, what is a SPAC? So a SPAC is a special purpose acquisition company. Alright, so before I explain what it is, so before a company can issue an IPO, so an initial public offering, basically going public and allow investors like yourselves and myself to invest in the company via buying shares, etc., they have to raise the funds necessary for this. And the funds is usually $1 billion they have to raise, and then they can announce that initial public offering. All right. But a SPAC is a special purpose acquisition company. So this is basically another company that effectively a blank check company that sees a company, a private company that believes, you know what, I believe this company can do very well. So behind it, maybe they've got great management, they've got great business strategies, etc. Their books, everything checks out. So they're basically making revenue, making money. So the company decides, you know what, let's create a blank check company. So let's raise the funds necessary for this company to go public. Okay, so they do this via a SPAC, so a special purpose acquisition company. So they create a blank check and raise the funds $1 billion to effectively allow this private company to go public. Now, obviously, as a business, there has to be something in it for them. So they basically have ownership of the company, etc. When it goes public, they have a number of shares, whatever they decide. So with this SPAC, is between two companies. So the first one is Churchill Capital Corporation 4. All right, ticker symbol CCIV. All right, so the company they're looking to effectively go public or make go public or help go public is Lucid Motors. All right, so I'll be discussing with yourselves basically both companies. We'll run through both companies, see what they're all about, what the plans is, and then of course look at fundamental analysis as to why I believe it's a good SPAC to get involved in. The first company I'm going to run through is Churchill Capital Corporation. Okay, so I'll also run through Lucid, etc., who they're all about. But first of all, I'll run through Churchill Capital Corp. So ticker symbol CCIV for this particular SPAC. If you want to invest in, if you want to buy shares, etc. First of all, we're going to the profile to see who they are, what they're about, etc. So they're based in New York, and looking at the description, so Churchill Capital Corp 4 does not have significant operations. It intends to effect a merger, capital stock exchange, asset acquisition, stock purchase, reorganization, or similar business combination with one or more businesses. So basically, like I was mentioning, they're acting as a blank check company. They're trying to raise the funds necessary to make Lucid Motors go public. It's not decided, or they haven't actually, it's not known when the IPO date is, etc. They're just in discussions at the moment. All right. Okay, so if we go to the summary, so the market cap is 4.32 billion. So they're very stable. Right now, the volume is very high. All right. It was trading at a volume of 87 million shares being traded in one day. So that's extremely high when the average volume is 6 million. And that's because there's talks of them making Lucid Motors go public. All right. And a lot of people are excited, like myself. All right. So if we're looking at this article, so replay available, Churchill Capital CEO Klein at fireside chat with IPO Edge for ICR conference. So basically, right now they're in chats with basically making this or taking this company, Lucid Motors, public. All right. So of course they have to iron out the details, etc. So IPO Edge was pleased to host Michael Klein, Chairman and CEO of Churchill Capital Corp, for a fireside chat during the 23rd annual ICR virtual conference on January the 12th. Okay, so pretty much just happened a couple of days ago. Okay, so within this chat, they basically discussed the most attractive industry sectors for SPACs, the emergence of pre-revenue companies in SPAC deals. Okay, basically meaning that they have to see companies that are actually making money, all right, before they invest in it. Because you need to, before you invest in a company, buy shares, etc., you need to actually know that you're going to get a return on your investment, an ROI. So part of that is knowing if a company is actually making money, if it's making a revenue or has a revenue stream, etc. Right? So the dynamic for SPACs such as Churchill's that seek larger targets. So Michael Klein is the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Churchill Capital Corp of public equity growth companies. Mr. Klein founded the initial Churchill Public Equity Growth vehicle in 2018 and has raised over $5 billion in IPO capital to date. All right, so Churchill companies have successfully announced mergers with Clarivate, Multiplan, Skillsoft, and Global Knowledge. So basically, Michael Klein is successfully taking companies public. All right, and the companies that he's taken public are doing very well. All right, which basically means that, or which is the reason why, or part of the reason why the share price of CCIV is actually going through the roof, you know, because a lot of people have a lot of confidence in basically Michael Klein's decisions into taking a company public. So if he wants to take a company public, then you better keep your eyes on that company because chances are it's going to be very successful. Now let's have a look at this company that he wants to take public. So the company is Lucid Motors. All right. So we're currently on the website of Lucid Motors, and before I even go on, the website's actually pretty nice. The car's sick. All right. But basically who they're an EV, so electric vehicle manufacturer. All right. So basically by the looks of things, they manufacture high performance electric vehicles. All right. So basically looking at the Lucid Air, all right, starting range from roughly $70,000. So these are not particularly cheap cars, okay? So it goes max power is 1,080 horsepower. All right, so that's very good for a car. It's very powerful, especially an electric vehicle. Max projected range is 517 miles, okay, which it has a lot of distance. It can cover a lot of distance on one charge, okay? And which basically shows that the battery technology in these cars are very good. Okay, so by looking at the surface of this company, I can already gauge that they're going to be very successful, if not already successful at the moment. Okay, and I can see why he's going to be wanting to take this company public, because he believes, Michael Klein believes, this is going to be a good contender for Tesla cars. And also the stock price is going to rise the same way or similar to the way Tesla stock price has risen. So having said that, so let's look a little bit more into this deal, this SPAC deal that's actually due to take place. So Lucid, so currently on Yahoo News at the moment, all right, so Lucid looking to go public through SPAC in $15 billion deal. All right, that's a lot of money raised. That's a huge deal. So electric vehicle maker Lucid Motors is in talks to go public through a merger with special purpose acquisition companies run by former Citigroup rainmaker Michael Klein. According to people familiar with the matter, so there's definitely talks of this deal actually happening, this merger. A transaction could be valued at up to $15 billion. The people said, asking not to be identified because the matter is private. Lucid, which is backed by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, is working with financial advisors, the people said. So looking at another article which supports basically why I believe this company is definitely going to go public and is going to be successful, all right? So the Bloomberg News report had also quoted unnamed sources familiar with the deal as saying that the American automotive company, primarily engaged in developing e-vehicles, had already hired financial advisors to work on the deal, which could value the company up to $15 billion. All right. So the company is already valued very high, or it's already valued very highly. So part of that value is down to the resources they have, basically the plans for the company, like the CEO, their plans, board of directors, everybody, their plans for the company, for taking it forward into the future, all right, and also the resources that they have as a company, okay? So basically looking at another article from Business Insider, okay? So they're currently, Tesla competitor Lucid Motors just completed its first factory in Arizona, where it plans to build 400,000 EVs a year. So in 1 year, they've effectively turned a lot of dirt into a huge factory that's capable of building 400,000 vehicles a year. All right, so these guys are very serious. All right, they're not playing around. They're not here to play games. They're very serious and they know what they want. Okay, and they're determined to achieve what they want. If we look at the chart of CCIV, so Churchill Capital Corp 4, all right, which is basically the ticker symbol for this SPAC. All right, the merger hasn't happened at the moment. Okay, so basically, if you buy shares in CCIV right now, when the merger happens, the shares you have would be converted to Lucid shares, whatever ticker symbol Lucid is going to come under. All right, so it's effectively going to be a one-to-one conversion. So if you have one share in CCIV, when the merger goes, or if the merger takes place, then you're effectively going to get one share of Lucid. All right, so there's different ways people can play this. So with SPACs, you can, if you're an option player or if you're an option trader, I believe they've actually started offering options plays on this, but at the moment you can effectively buy warrants. So warrants is basically the same as options, but you can do them on SPACs. Okay, so looking at this chart of CCIV, as mentioned, so basically the start of this year, they've effectively gone from $10, okay, all the way to where it closed at $16.72 yesterday. So basically the 8th of January, it went from $10 all the way up to $16.72, where it closed out on the 13th of January. All right, so when this merger takes place, whenever it happens, it still talks at the moment, but when it does happen, and I believe with high conviction that it's going to take place, so when it does take place, this share price is going to go through the roof. All right, it's going to mimic the way Tesla did, I believe. All right, it might not happen as quickly, but eventually it's going to mimic it and take place. All right, guys, so if you're looking for a long-term play, SPAC play, etc., and you want to get in early or you want to get in when the price is low, because trust me, the price is going to take off. If you're looking to get in on this, get in early. All right, and I believe it's good. CCIV, I believe it's very good. It's a good SPAC play to get in. So make sure you guys get in on CCIV, okay? Check them out. Do your due diligence. All right, I've done some due diligence on basically this SPAC play. I've shown you guys the articles that are basically supporting my idea, my ideology behind why I'm getting on CCIV, or why I already am on CCIV at the moment, okay? So you guys, if you want to do a bit more due diligence, go ahead, by all means, do your due diligence on CCIV. All right, you will not be disappointed. Enjoy this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, definitely let me know through the comments what you think of CCIV. If you're getting behind CCIV, if you're going to wait for a dip, let me know your thoughts on it, all right? Or if there's a SPAC play that you believe might be better than CCIV, let me know. Let's get a discussion going, guys. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video.